Northwestern University announces over 200 staff layoffs amid financial pressures. In a shocking move, Northwestern University announced layoffs of over 200 staff members, citing mounting financial pressures. This decision comes after months of implementing various cost-cutting measures. But the university claims the remaining budget gap cannot be closed without reducing personnel costs, which account for 56% of their total annual expenditures. The layoffs began on Tuesday, with approximately 425 positions being eliminated across schools and units, reducing the university's staff budget by about 5%. However, nearly half of these positions are currently vacant. Northwestern expressed their understanding of the pain and anxiety caused by this drastic step, stating that they do not take it lightly. The university believes that while deeply painful, this reduction in workforce will help ensure their ability to continue serving their mission as one of the world's great institutions of teaching and research for generations to come. Northwestern University cuts 425 jobs amid $790 million federal funding freeze. Imagine a prestigious institution like Northwestern University suddenly facing unprecedented financial turmoil, forced to cut 425 positions in the wake of a $790 million federal funding freeze imposed by the Trump administration. This drastic measure sends shockwaves through the academic community, raising questions about the future of higher education under such stringent financial constraints. On Tuesday, Northwestern made the announcement that this cut would affect nearly half of the positions that were already vacant, leaving uncertainty about the exact number of layoffs. One unnamed staff member, who had worked at the Feinberg School of Medicine for 2 years, expressed disbelief and concern. "I'm still in shock," they shared with the Chicago Sun-Times. "It won't hit home until my time officially ends." University President Michael Schill addressed the situation via email, stating that the staffing budget would be reduced by approximately 5%, which includes the recent layoffs. Personnel costs account for roughly 56% of the school's total annual spending, highlighting the significant impact of these budgetary changes. John Yates, a spokesperson for Northwestern, emphasized that the university is not alone in facing these challenges. Like many of our peer institutions, Northwestern is grappling with escalating financial pressures that jeopardize both its short-term and long-term financial health. To mitigate the financial strain, Northwestern has implemented various cost-saving measures over the past few months. These include altering employee health insurance plans, instituting a hiring freeze, reducing non-personnel expenses by 10%, and foregoing annual salary increases. However, the faculty was not consulted before these decisions were made, sparking criticism from Jacqueline Stevens, a professor of political science and the president of the Northwestern chapter of the American Association of University Professors. Stevens argued that the administration's actions signal permanent budget cuts to programs, adding that the staff layoffs represent just one of many steps taken in response to the Trump administration's policies. President Schill's email outlined several factors contributing to the financial crisis, including skyrocketing healthcare costs, ongoing litigation, labor contract obligations, employee benefits, compliance requirements, and federal measures such as restrictions on international student enrollment and reduced research facility funding. Northwestern, along with other top universities like Harvard, Columbia, and Cornell, was targeted for these cuts. While other institutions have taken steps to restore their federal research funding, the process is fraught with controversy. Columbia, for instance, agreed to pay over $220 million to reinstate its federal research money, citing the need to combat anti-Semitism on campus. Harvard, meanwhile, is engaged in a legal battle to recover $2.6 billion in cuts. These efforts underscore the high stakes involved in regaining lost financial support. The unnamed staff member's sentiments resonate with many. I'm sad about my situation, but I'm even more upset that crucial work is being compromised due to decisions made by a federal administration that doesn't fully grasp the value of university research and education. This statement encapsulates the broader concerns about the impact of political decisions on academic institutions and their ability to fulfill their missions. But here's where it gets controversial. Should universities be expected to absorb such significant financial blows without input from faculty and staff? What responsibilities do federal administrations have in supporting higher education, especially during Northwestern University layoffs? 400+ jobs eliminated amid financial crisis. Northwestern University is facing a significant financial crisis, and the impact is now visible through the loss of over 400 jobs. But here's where it gets controversial. These layoffs are not just about budget cuts. They reflect deeper struggles within the institution's financial stability. On Tuesday afternoon, the university officially announced that approximately 425 staff positions would be eliminated, with about half of these roles already vacant at the time of the announcement. A university spokesperson confirmed the news, explaining that these layoffs are a direct response to escalating financial pressures that threaten both the immediate and long-term health of the institution. The layoffs began early that morning, signaling the start of a difficult period for many employees. One of the most alarming issues contributing to Northwestern's financial woes is the potential loss of over $790 million in federal funding. This funding was frozen earlier this year by the Trump administration following allegations of anti-Semitism linked to the university. This freeze has created a severe financial strain, forcing Northwestern to consider drastic measures. Adding fuel to the fire, a recent report from the Wall Street Journal revealed that the White House views the $200 million fine paid by Columbia University, intended to resolve similar issues, as a potential blueprint for negotiations with other universities, including Northwestern. This suggests that Northwestern might face similar financial penalties or negotiations in the near future. The university has openly stated that it cannot close a substantial budget gap without making personnel cuts, which now account for over 56% of its total budget. The layoffs and other cost-cutting measures announced on Tuesday are estimated to represent about 5% of the staff-related budget, highlighting the scale of the financial challenge. In an official statement, Northwestern spokesperson John Yates expressed that this is a tough day for the university. He emphasized that the decision was made with care and compassion, aiming to ensure that Northwestern can continue its mission of excellence in teaching and research for future generations. He acknowledged the pain involved, but stressed that these steps are necessary for the institution's survival. Rumors of layoffs had already begun circulating on social media early Tuesday, with reports of employees being notified of their job losses. Some individuals shared that they received meeting notices from their department heads the night before the announcement. The university clarified that the layoffs are being carried out across various schools and units, and all affected staff should be notified within the next 2 days. It's important to note that Northwestern pointed out these cuts are driven by more than just the federal research funding freeze. University leaders highlighted the broader challenges facing higher education today, describing them as tremendous and mounting headwinds. They warned that even if federal funding were to be restored, it would not be enough to undo the current measures. Adding a layer of controversy, reports from Crain's Chicago Business indicate that some faculty members are urging Northwestern's president, Michael Schill, to avoid making a deal with the Trump administration. In a statement, faculty members called on university leadership to resist what they see as an attack on democratic principles. They argue that cooperating with the administration's demands could make Northwestern complicit in undermining the integrity of higher education and civil society. This situation at Northwestern raises critical questions about the future of university funding, academic independence. Do you believe universities should stand firm against political pressures, even if it means risking financial stability? Or is compromise necessary to survive in today's challenging landscape? Share your thoughts in the comments. This debate is far from over.